Welcome back to episode 13.
That's a baker's dozen.
Oh, it certainly is.
My father's a baker.
Oh.
So just hearing the number 30 because he beat me terribly as a child. I deserved it. And I've actually developed an adult taste for it.
No,
but you know he didn't.
Jesus.
He's a lovely man.
Episode 13 of Folk in Scotland. This week, we got off to start there. Well, you know,
Dark.
I had plans, but no, I've changed them.
Oh,
because
God.
last night,
Uh-huh.
I thought I'm going to take a night off and relax.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to watch a film,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking around, what can I get? And I saw something. I needed something that I didn't need to think about. I wanted to relax, so
Okay.
I just put it on,
Mm-hmm.
no thought,
Right.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw Michael Bay's new Six Underground.
Oh, I watched that as well.
Jesus, it was like having whisks in your eyes.
Oh,
It was, the first hour was just introducing who was in it.
yeah. And they're not a likeable
They're
bunch.
not likeable.
There's a blonde woman is she a psychopath?
She's-
Dead-eyed, Ice Maiden?
Yeah, she's ex-CIA
Okay.
with a French accent.
Did you notice there's a bit where she's lying in her negligee and all I could notice was two very large moles on her shoulder? Kind of took me out of the mood. It's a terrible Michael Bay,
It's-
is it? Yeah.
Now, Michael
Oh.
Bay gets blamed a lot for a constantly moving camera. And he gets blamed a lot for a lot of explosions.
Yeah.
He deserves everything he gets.
Yeah.
It was the worst film I've ever seen. It
Oh, I
was,
wouldn't go that far.
I would.
Would you? Oh,
It was
bold.
so bad.
Bold.
It was so bad. Because, right, think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it. It
Yeah.
only came out this week.
Yeah.
What was the story?
Do you want me to go into detail? 'Cause-
Let's do it. I want to
It's,
see if you can even remember.
Right, a tech billionaire
That's it.
thinks that being a billionaire is not enough.
Uh-huh.
He fakes his own death in a plane crash.
Oh, Jesus, you really
Then
did
he
remember
uses
it.
his money. He uses his money to gather a ragtag group of individuals who've also faked their death to right the wrongs of society by killing a despot in Turkmenistan.
Holy shit, you did actually watch it.
Oh, I did.
Oh my God.
He invented magnets.
He invented magnets, yeah.
Now, forgive me, but I'm sure I had a magnet when I was a kid.
Here's the thing with Michael Bay. It's, right, science. We need science. What's science? Magnets. Right, he invented the magnet. Right, we need an idea for, I like parkour. We need a parkour runner.
Parkour's so 2010,
It's
though.
so embarrassing to do parkour.
Oh.
But here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen Ali Law on YouTube?
No.
He's a young man who's constantly getting arrested by doing overnight challenges.
Oh.
They technically don't break into places, but they stay in overnight and get caught and
Okay.
climb buildings.
Okay,
and that, right?
okay,
And there's music that he uses in the videos.
okay.
In the film, it was shot for shot the same as Ali Law and the same music. Yeah, it was the same thing.
Did the French invent it?
Yes.
I wouldn't clamber about a French building.
Well, they'd done it on a more...
They just pour their potties out the windows.
Oh, God. It's
No flushing. No flushing toilets
It's
in
a
Paris.
muddy roof.
It's a muddy roof.
But, yeah, they'd done it for a sort of purer reason. They just...
Yeah.
The whole thing was to run in a straight line. And it was to escape their
Yeah.
poverty. But
Mhm.
now, gymnasts go, oh, I'm going to do it because I'll be better. And it's like everything. Everything turns into gymnastics.
Yeah.
If you get breakdancing, the simplicity is lost and it turns into
it
gymnastics.
becomes complex.
Ballroom dancing turns into stunts.
Uh-huh.
It always goes too
Headstands.
far. Exactly.
Star jumps.
It goes too far.
I can barely do a star jump.
A star jump, I imagine, is hard. If I move my feet further apart than about a foot and a half, I consider that the splits.
I don't think I've had both feet off the ground since I was about 16. Gravity begins to work against you as you get older.
I'm very aware of this.
Yeah, no, Six Underground. There's a guy with one of those haircuts,
Yes.
and he's a Cockney geezer, and he was
Yeah.
in EastEnders a few years ago.
Oh, right, okay.
He's the parkour guy.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
They're having a car chase. They're having a
It's a
car
continuous
chase.
car chase.
It goes on for, I timed it, 33 minutes at the start of the film before
Mhm.
anything happens,
Mhm.
this car chase.
Uh-huh.
And the guy that's parkouring
Mhm.
across the roof,
Keeps up with him.
he keeps up with them.
Yeah.
No problem.
No, easy.
It's
It's
the
like that.
worst
It's
thing
like
ever.
Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
He's a parkour guy. He goes.
He
about
really
the-
is, yeah.
It's It's a shocker. I think we may have reached peak Ryan Reynolds. Somebody said Ryan Reynolds he can really merge action and comedy. No, he can't.
No, Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds. He seems in everything he does.
Yeah,
you know, the ladies love him.
Oh, they do.
The ladies love him. It's really.
He does a little twinkle. He's like Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor's got one twinkly smile, and he gives you that about 10 times a film. He's just a shocker.
I think Ewan McGregor. I'm going to say something
in his defence.
Oh no, I think Ewan McGregor is awful. He has the cadence. He delivers a line like a 6-year play that they're taking really. And when a 6-year play gets out of control at school, and they say, "We'll do aliens," and they bite off more than they can chew. And someone that delivers a line in that, game over, man. It's pure game over.
That's
the way he does it.
His uncle's Dennis Law.
Correct.
Isn't it? No, not Dennis Law. Yeah, Dennis Law.
Yeah.
And he wrote a book about the craft of acting.
Oh no.
So they had him on breakfast television to push this appalling book and asked him a few questions. He's like, oh no, this isn't a gossip thing about my journey at acting. The roles are insignificant. This book is about the deep craft of acting.
Oh, you'd want to punch him right in the throat, wouldn't you?
Throttle him.
You just hit him.
He was in Star Wars. He's dined off that for many a year.
Cunt to believe it. Yeah.
He thinks Star Wars is beneath him.
Oh, see, this is what I don't like. If someone offered me, see the next Star Wars film, you're that jobby monster in the background.
Yeah, well, you'll save money on special effects. You just show up as
me.
As is. I would just take the clays off. Just slowly.
People say the special effects have gone too far.
Look at you, Sarlacc. That's a right saggy Sarlacc he's got on him there. Look at it.
Based on your belly button. Oh, you don't have a belly button.
I don't have a belly button.
Right.
I've got a distended Sarlacc.
Oh, Jesus.
Teeth and everything.
A prolapse Sarlacc.
You
imagine a prolapse Sarlacc? That would be a sight, wouldn't it?
Oh, God. Do Sarlaccs go through a phase where they're mobile before they hunker down in their Sarlacc
I never
pit?
thought about that.
I think they fly. They're like a moth.
I told I almost got, not in a fight, but there was a serious argument with a friend of ours, Jeff. When I told him he discovered Godzilla for the first time, and I says my favourite monster is Mothra, a giant moth. And a moth is so inoffensive to him, he wouldn't believe it until I had to go and get my phone and show him. And even then, I was winding him up.
But a moth that weighs like 1,000,000 tons,
it would be a threat.
It would be a fair. If you know how if you touch a moth, stuff comes off its wings. If those flakes were the size of a Mini Cooper,
that would be in it.
That's a dangerous. That's a dangerous animal.
I totally agree.
I like a Godzilla.
I love Godzilla,
but I like the guys in the suits.
You know what I like about Godzilla? The meetings. They're always having government meetings. I like all that. I like that part of it.
In a bunker.
It's great.
Yeah. I like when the Japanese Godzilla movies, he kind of puts his dukes up and he does a kind of shuffle.
He has a wee smack to the face with his wee short arms.
The guy inside that suit will be reeking.
There's fantastic pictures of him getting ready.
I like the behind the scenes stuff.
Behind the scenes stuff for me is usually better than the film. It's like, I love Aliens, we just talked about that.
Yeah.
But the making of it is fantastic. It's like 3 hours long or something.
Is that a nerdgasm?
I don't know, it's just the way I'm sitting.
I remember a documentary about Doctor Who. Now, for me, Doctor Who begins and ends with the Daleks. Everything else is garbage.
It is, and it looks rubbish. Yeah,
everything's garbage. But there's one where they're like menacing London, but they're welded inside the Daleks, and they're going about resting actors,
right?
Straight from RADA, get in the bloody tin, shut up. And there was no way of urinating, so they were having to gingerly trundle this Dalek over a drain so they could pee down in the sewers. Yeah.
That's just.
I would love to be an extra in a film, just to see behind the scenes.
Yeah, just to see what's going on.
Yeah, the food would be delicious.
You're just there for the food.
You could maybe steal a wee pie that Harrison Ford had half eaten.
Oh, I don't think I'd want anything. Have you seen something about Harrison Ford? If you get a picture of him looking straight on,
squint face.
No, it's more than that.
No,
get a bit of paper and cover his left side,
He's
and the
handsome.
other side is smiling. If you cover the smiling side, the other side's frowning. The other side is frowning at the same time.
Is that Bell's palsy?
I think it's something like that. But he can smile and frown.
He's
at the
supposed
same
to be
time.
quite a stoner. I think Harrison Ford. The films he's made, it would help.
It's just, there's a lot of. I mean,
God, he was handsome in Indiana Jones, though. He was handsome.
do you think so?
I liked his dirty leather jacket.
I always. I'm not going to go into that, but always I liked. Well, Indiana Jones. We're kids. We loved it.
Okay, I loved
But
it.
then I heard that Tom Selleck was going to be Indiana Jones, but he couldn't do it because he was doing Magnum. And if I put Tom Selleck in my head in the role, I think he's better.
No, that's madness.
No,
No, I'm not
going to say
not
Tom
having
Selleck would have been better. He had more humour. He had a
He had a twinkle,
He had a more.
but he was a hairier man.
I like that.
He was a hairy man. He wouldn't have done well in the deserts. All that stuff jumping off Nazi trucks, the body hair, but he'd have caught up in the gearing underneath
God,
the thing.
That would have been a mess.
He would have been
But
finished.
I still think he would have been better,
The snakes.
even with a moustache.
Imagine the snakes crawling all over his hairy body.
Say it again and slower.
The snakes crawling all over his hairy
my
body.
word.
Just nestling in his
Oh,
hairy.
You've ruined it with the word nestling.
There's a snake nestle. No, it coils.
It coils.
Coils.
But I do think he would have been a better Indiana Jones.
It's one of the great what ifs.
See,
What ifery.
people, I know a lot of the people who listen to this podcast, and I know I've probably kicked something off there, but I know something else. I'm correct.
Well, I'm siding with the Harrison Ford camp.
That's because you're wrong, and you have pride in
No,
your wrongness.
I'll find it. I'll make a list of everybody that prefers Selleck, and I'll come round to their house with a can of petrol. No, we're not having it. We're not having it.
Well, I
What about
disagree,
the
and I'll
other
be-
great what if was what's his name? What's that? Oh God, he's an Irish actor.
Are you having a stroke?
It's mid-stroke. The coffee's been a bit strong this morning. I keep saying Piers Morgan, but it's
I
not
don't think
Piers
his acting's too.
It's not Piers Morgan.
Okay.
It's the other one. The guy that was the guy that was James Bond.
Oh yeah.
Piers.
Everyone's shouting at the
Screeching. I can hear it from the future.
James Bond,
James
Irish
Bond
James
guy.
Bond.
But he was in a thing called Remington Steele,
I remember that.
and he was suave. So he was going to be Bond earlier on in his career, but Remington Steele wouldn't have let him out of the contract. So we ended up getting him when he was a wee bit doddery.
Oh,
The Naked Gun by GoldenEye.
it's true. The last one he was in, he was an elderly man.
But he blinked whenever he fired a gun.
See, you know who doesn't do that? Clint
And
Eastwood.
he never blinks.
He was like a world champion quick draw guy.
Was he?
Yeah, he can really. And when he was shooting the 44 Magnum, there was extra big blanks in it to give it the real kick
get the
and sound.
oomph.
Yeah, he didn't blink.
I liked him in Every Which Way But Loose with that sexy big orangutan.
Oh, I wouldn't call it sexy.
If he'd taken you out for a date, Clive would have showed you a good time.
Do you think so?
Great upper body strength.
Terrible, really heavy
Weak
smoking.
legs.
Weak legs.
Weak legs.
Do you know?
Orville. It's a great. It's shit kicker. It's like it's real shit kicker films. They're brilliant.
I like.
They don't make films like that anymore.
44 Magnum. Going back to that. When I was in the States, I went to a gun range.
Oh God.
And I got this big nickel-plated 44 Magnum. I was like
Pearl handle, was it?
a bit nervous.
Uh-huh.
I've fired handguns before, but firing a 9mm is not the same as a 44.
No.
And so I was like, I've seen how this is done on TV.
Oh.
I didn't even hear it.
No?
I can't remember it. The shock from it just take it right out of my head.
It's extraordinary.
But I do remember having a petted lip after it. It was
Was
so
it scary?
It was scary.
Did you get one of the guys in the gun range to give you a wee hug?
They don't do that apparently. No matter how
Camouflage,
much you
no.
run after them. But in the gun range, I got to fire all sorts of guns, machine guns, and it was great. I had a great time.
If I could fire a gun, I'd fire the Gatling gun out of Predator.
Oh, the mini, the Vulcan mini gun. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't you think that's a little excessive for you?
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh, what a weirdo he. If you seen him now, He's incredible. He's the Jesse the Mind Venturer now, because the body's gone.
The body's gone.
And now he's just all conspiracies. So he goes to Mexico and he lives...
He believes in weather machines,
He believes in everything.
Doesn't he?
Everything.
I think that's my feeling on conspiracy. You can't just believe in one.
That's the problem.
You have to believe in all.
Believe in them all.
You can't.
I used to
pick
follow
and choose.
a guy, Jim Mars, died a couple of years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he was really into UFOs.
Right. Okay.
And there were really mature books, and it wasn't just like, oh, they're aliens. It was like, what are these things that people are seeing, filming, and but slowly but surely. His original books were, he was actually in the club that Jack Ruby had. He used to go dancing there.
Okay.
So he got into the JFK thing, then he got into UFOs.
Okay.
Then he combined them. Then all the other conspiracies, 9/11, everything, it just came together.
Like a big plate of spaghetti.
And it was like, oh, dude.
Because surely UFOs without an alien element, that's still pretty
That's
interesting.
amazing.
Ball lightning, have you seen that stuff?
I've actually seen ball lightning.
Yeah, no kidding.
I was, we were up at Fraserburgh, and we were all just looking out to sea, just chilling. It was getting dark, and we could see the lightning coming, and this bright dot appeared on top of the water, shot up the way in half a second, and that was it.
But that's extraordinary stuff. Yeah.
Amazing.
So
I didn't think aliens, I didn't think anything. The weather was good enough.
I just find it weird that a civilization is going to send its brightest and best minds in a dangerous mission to Falkirk to steal somebody for a car park. It just seems. It seems. Would you not shift somebody can steal the brightest and the best from this country, but no shug out walking his dog?
I remember in the 90s, the big place in Scotland was Bonnybridge.
Yes.
Everyone was seeing lights. And me and my mates, right, there was no waves. What we're going to do, let's go to Bonnybridge. I used to have a van and everything, so let's go to Bonnybridge and look for UFOs.
Oh, God.
So we got there, and we parked up, and we didn't bother even looking outside.
No.
But when we went out later on, probably about 1 a.m,
Right.
there was other people there, and they were binoculars and that, and we're like, oh, do you see anything? Yeah, we're watching these lights. And we were looking over at the power station, there's lights above it. We're like, that's the power station.
Okay.
But when light came up, those lights must have been 500-600 feet above the power station. There was nothing there.
Oh.
So, but they said that every night there's lights there. And right enough, we saw it, but they didn't move. They just stayed there for hours. We didn't know what they were.
People like standing in a car park with a flask of soup. It doesn't matter what it is. I like bird watching. This is going to come as a surprise. Love bird watching. But you go to a bird watching place and there's people there tickling their technology. They've got the big scopes.
Yeah.
And they've no love of nature. They've no joy for seeing a bird.
Right.
It's just like an interface, and they need to look at this. They'll look at a blue tit with a huge zoom lens and then take a photograph. And it's a weird soulless thing.
I know what you mean by that. Because in the 90s, my job, I was a photographer.
Right, okay.
And not like where people say they're a photographer now. You get an expensive camera.
We're all photographers now.
Exactly. I was a rigger for a year, and then I had to go through the whole thing. And I was on the job.
Your craft.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wasn't passionate about it. To me, it was just a job.
Yeah.
And things like that. Now, people now are going, oh, I've got this new camera, I've got this, I've got that.
Yeah.
I never owned a camera all the time that I worked.
No.
Not once, because when I went to work, they had lots of good ones.
The cameras there,
and I didn't need to.
No.
It was like you're a welder, and then you go home to your front room, and there's a acetylene.
page 3?
No.
Do
you remember the index catalogue?
Oh,
I could make a toaster.
But
sexy.
Funnily enough, when I was enjoying some personal time, it was the index catalogue I reached for, not the page 3.
Oh my God.
I used to like the catalogues with a lot of knitwear.
Oh. There's
something about an Angora sweater. The potential for a little bit of static electricity.
Do you remember in the 80s and...
We've spoken about the 90s,
70s
isn't
and
it?
80s.
Oh, you've got...
70s and 80s.
Okay.
In catalogues like Great Universal and stuff, you could buy a shotgun.
Could you?
You could buy a shotgun, then stop selling them, and they just had loads of air rifles, which are now illegal in Scotland. But yeah, you could buy... It was great.
Yeah, I like a good hefty catalogue. Do they exist now?
I don't know.
Do you need a catalogue?
Were you in the world of poor? Because I came from a sort of...
we always had enough to eat,
background.
but we didn't go on foreign holidays very often.
That's right. Okay.
Okay.
So, did you ever feel, whether it was the Argos catalogue, which it would be 17, 16, one day I'm going to win £1 million.
Okay.
And you're sitting on the toilet reading the Argos, and you allow yourself one item from each page.
I didn't know. I never did that.
Oh, I think that's the sign of poverty.
Aye.
When you get to the watches and you go, I'm going to have that data bank watch. It can hold 5
Look at
phone
those
numbers.
Look at that pair of shoes. That would go well on my bare, swollen, bloodied feet. No.
Actually,
yeah, the 70s and 80s. It was pistachio. Remember pistachio toilets? Or like peach baths.
I've got
What's wrong with white?
I've got the pistachio toilet.
Have you got an old flat I used to rent? Above the bath was a moulded plastic like thing for storing your soap, your flannel, and it had a little mirror in it. Have you ever seen those?
No, I've not seen that.
And it came out of the wall like a carbuncle.
Oh, but honestly, I still have the pistachio. Our bath broke.
Did it?
Last year.
Okay.
It was the old fiberglass.
Oh yeah.
So it just eventually went.
Were you smoking crack in the bath?
It's been replaced. The still broke it. And it was replaced with a beautiful new white one. So now we've got pistachio, sink, toilet, and a white.
It's a treat.
Look at that.
I think a skid mark looks more unsanitary on a pistachio toilet.
Disagree.
You think it looks worse
I
on the
don't
white?
think on a white toilet you don't have a clean shitty stain. When you look down and it looks like a BMX track, that is not clean.
No.
But it darkens it. It just sort of blends it in a bit more on the green.
Well, hold on. A dirty white car, you'd think, oh, that's right, dirty white car. But a dirty black car looks just as dirty. You think a black car would hide mess?
I used to work
it doesn't.
in a car firm. Get a silver car.
Are they the best?
It's hard to tell how dirty it is.
Okay. Do you know that police cars now are generally silver? Because when the police try and sell their white police cars, nobody wants a white car. So they're all silver cars now. Good sell on.
I have a story about a police van, a white van. We got it into our firm, covered in those really thick reflective stickers.
How'd you get those off?
Oh, well,
razor blade?
Heat gun.
Okay.
Use the heat gun and then you pull it. But you can't let it cool because it goes brittle.
Does it?
I let it go cool. It broke. I punched myself in the nose, knocked myself out. Right? And when I got up, I was at the back of the van. When I got up, I'm at the front. And I look back and there's blood like someone's had their throat cut.
So you've crawled?
Both my nostrils. I crawled along the van with this jetting blood coming out my nose. They heard the bang. So the woman, Fiona, that worked in the office came down. What the hell was that? She screamed. She thought something serious had happened to me, but I just punched myself. I could throw a punch.
Yeah.
Worst punch I've ever had was myself.
Just punching yourself in the face.
Yeah, it was a good. I don't even know what happened.
Oh my God, that's brain damage right there. That explains a huge amount. There was a guy I used to work with, and Dundee the first time Dundee put the CCTV cameras up.
Yeah.
I think this was it must have been the mid-90s.
Okay.
So it was Halloween, and he thinks to himself, I've never dressed up at Halloween in my life since I was a kid. As an adult, I don't do these things. But he decided Edward Scissorhands.
Oh.
Didn't have any will to fashion a costume. So he sellotaped knives and scissors to his hands.
Fantastic.
He was walking about Dundee. The camera zoomed in on him. The police arrive. They're like that, Tim. What on earth are you doing? You've got knives for hands. He's like that. Piss off, you pig bastards. They said to him, can we have a little word with you, sir? Take him into the van. Again, we're taking you back to the police station. He notices they're not going to the police station. They take him along beside the municipal dumps, out of Dundee, kick his head in, take his knives, drive him back to Dundee, drop him off where they picked him up.
Amazing.
So I'm led to believe he was the first person that was caught on CCTV camera. It was the dry run. The switch went doing. The first image you see is him running about the town. Imbecile. He's an architect now.
Oh God! I saw police brutality once. A kid was skating through the city centre.
Okay.
Be about 16, 17.
Oh.
Cop runs over and shoves him off the board. No skating here.
That's dirty.
He picked up the board and swung it and hit him right in the face.
Aye.
And the cop stood there. But instead of the cop reacting, he was properly stunned. He just stood.
Yeah.
Like he was staring at a lovely
But that-
sunset,
if
and
a
the kid just
yeah.
ran off.
But if a policeman assaults you, that they've no right to be doing
Yeah.
that. Yeah. There was when I was a kid, there was a guy in my hometown, crazy as the day was long. We
Oh,
wouldn't have
right.
told him this because he's a dangerous individual. He punched two police officers, he attacked
Mhm.
them, stole one of their hats,
Amazing.
put it in his head, ran off, stole a bus, and drove about the country lanes around my hometown. The
That's
whole
incredible.
day, zipping from A to B with a policeman's hat on.
That's the way to do it. There's always someone you knew that had the nickname Animal when you were a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
And always, their reputation was always worse.
Yeah, they're willing to do just about anything.
Yeah, there was always someone.
Because you don't mind that somebody giving you a bit of a do in at school, giving you a bit of boot. Ken, it's fair enough.
It
But
always
like,
happens.
there's always
there was always
somebody
one
at
that had a
school,
hammer in their bag
somebody
or
at the
something.
school that would hang you.
Mm-hmm. There was always that rage in them.
Aye, they don't live long and fulfilling lives, these guys, though.
No.
Generally.
The Animal I knew, he died in prison,
Oh.
and it was of some genetic disease. It wasn't like
No.
killed or suicide, but he died in prison. Yeah.
He just melted.
It may explain his behaviour.
But they just...
He was fighting from when he was 10 years old.
Oh God! But these guys, they're in the class, and you can feel the rage just like coming off them like static electricity. It's like
Yeah.
everyone's scared.
This Animal that I knew, he was always good to me, even as a kid. And because I didn't know he was called Animal,
No.
and I called him by his name,
Uh-huh.
and he said, "That's something I always appreciate about you.
Oh God.
You've always referred to me
Yeah.
by my given."
I've decided to kill you later.
And he just,
I'll spare you for
he would
now.
always say, "How you doing, Derek?" And I went, "Are you away playing on your bike?" And I went, "Yeah." And he went, "That's good. It's a lovely day." And then he'd be walking with like a shovel, and he'd take it into like the shops and that. The police were called.
to rob the shops. Oh gosh, man.
It was very strange.
But what is on your note?
Oh right, okay.
Because I love these little bits of paper.
That's
One
always a
side
plan.
of it's got doodles on it. It looks like someone who's been on the phone to their local MP.
That's exactly
angry-
what I did. I was
angry.
on the phone.
It's some of it's a swirl and some of it's quite symmetrical. Kind of. Oh, it's a mixture.
That looks like
It looks
a
like the
whale's
mouth of
bottom
a
lip.
whale. It looks
Yeah.
like a
a
baleen.
filter. Baleen.
Right.
Well, the next thing was we talked about Six Underground, and that got me thinking. I used to have this problem at the house. I used to get locked out all the time because I forgot my keys.
Okay.
So what
You
I
had
would
a
do-
door.
I had a door.
You posh bastard.
Yeah, a lock and
I've
what's
just
that
got-
thing in the middle called? Letterbox. Had one of them. So I would go, oh my god, grown man, locked out the house again, you know. So I would just go to the pictures because it was raining. I had nowhere to go, so I'd go to the pictures. And one of the worst experiences I've ever had going to the pictures was Starsky and Hutch, the remake
You
in
went to see-
2004.
What's wrong
There was
with
nothing
you?
on. There was nothing on.
Oh,
The
don't
only
go to the
thing-
cinema.
I had
Go
to go
home.
I was cold. I couldn't.
Watch Emmerdale.
It was locked out.
Just walk the streets. Just walk the streets.
I got about 40 minutes in and I went, I'm walking out, but I can't because I'm cold.
Right.
And I need someplace to stay.
Oh.
Worst film I ever saw. That's up there with Highlander 3, how bad it was.
Highlander.
Terrible.
I watched Highlander 2 the other day, so if Highlander 3 is worse than Highlander
Watch
2.
watch
Oh,
Highlander
Lordy.
3. Watch it. It's 100 times worse.
Is that Mario Van Peebles?
Mario Van Peebles.
God, he's a
You know what
terrible
makes
actor.
him evil? He has a nose ring.
Well.
That's it.
There's
nothing wrong with nose rings. For my partner one year, that's what she got. Several piercings in her body.
You're
We were out cycling and she couldn't cycle back because she was just pierced top to bottom.
So you're locked out. That's a terrible
I'm locked
story.
out.
You look like if you buttered yourself up, you could get through a letterbox.
I was so bad at leaving my keys in the car, and someone would go out and lock the house, and because it's a proper lock, not like a Yale, you couldn't get out. I have abseiling equipment to get out.
God almighty.
To get to the car so I can get my keys.
Do you not have like a fake rock?
No, I don't have
No.
that. Abseiling equipment.
Yeah, that's an obvious thing to do. my dad, he was, I think when he was a kid, he was delivering the milk, and he'd go around the little kid, and some geezer had been coming home at night from the pub and locked himself out of his house. We happen to have one leg,
right?
This guy, and he'd sat down on his doorstep and just thought, the wife will be home in the morning, she'll let me in, and he froze to death. So my dad was dropping off the milk. There was a dead one-legged gentleman just sat there, but like a beatific look in his face.
Yeah.
I think freezing to death is supposed to be quite pleasant.
It's meant to be nice.
Yeah.
I've done it. I've not froze to death several times, but I've been up like snowboarding or something.
And
you're
got
so tired.
cold.
You just have a wee sit down and you go, you know what? I could
If I
close my
died
eyes
right now,
for 30 seconds.
Just
if I just close my eyes and you're roasting hot.
Do you start to feel cosy?
You're roasting hot. You're lovely, and you look around and you go, "This is a beautiful blizzard I'm in," and you just lie back. And then your friend will kick you. Get up.
Give up to the void.
I've done that a couple of times.
Give up to the void.
It's very easy to do.
No.
You hear about it here all the time. People walking home from the pub and they have a wee lie down.
Well, in my drinking times,
this week,
I don't drink much now. Every day, I don't think that's much. It's more of a quality drink I'll drink now, like a fine wine. But I was walking home.
Oh, that was very middle class. I don't drink. It's wine.
Well, my mum and dad laughed because when I came back for university,
I don't think you went.
Because I'd been to grammar school. Have I mentioned that?
You might have.
And I came home and I was as red. I was red as a red Leicester. I was red. I was redder than the waxy skin on a baby bell.
Oh.
And I came in, and then the year I'd been away to uni, my mum and dad had got middle class.
Oh God!
So they started serving up red wine.
Oh no!
In their evening meals.
What?
And I was like that. I'm not drinking this capitalist pish. And you know what I drank instead?
What?
Coca-Cola.
That'll show them.
You corporate shells. You corporate.
Oh my God!
I prefer my fizzy sugar death juice. I love a red wine now.
I had friends. Actually, I have a tattoo of one of them right here.
Okay.
And they said, "No, we don't drink."
Oh.
They don't drink. 2 bottles of wine a day.
No,
and I went.
That's lubrication.
It's drinking. It's drinking. They're middle class, and they didn't recognise it as alcohol. And they were getting the red nose and everything. They were drinking.
I wish I could get a red nose. But I was walking back from the pub.
Yeah.
And I walked back, and I'm going up the Perth Road, and Dundee, walking up, following the street lights. Can when you're a wee bit drunk, cross-eyed, but you kind of the street lights either side point you in the direction you're going.
No, I've never been that way.
You've never been that.
This is good information.
Your eyes are closing, and it's almost like laser beams seeing you home.
So a landing strip, if you will.
A landing strip, yeah. So I get home to the building, open the door, go up the stairs, get into my flat, get changed out my clothes, get into my bed, nice fluffy pillow, fall asleep.
Satin pyjamas.
Delicious. No, I sleep naked. I have to get a toffee hammer to get myself out every morning.
Oh, Jesus.
I chip away the sheets. And then I wake up and I'm not in my house.
What?
I'm lying in an industrial estate forecourt, semi-clad, and my jacket is my pillow. The whole getting home thing was a hallucination. It hadn't happened. And I was all covered in
That's brain damage.
Yeah, I was all covered in a dew, like this early morning dew.
Oh my.
Shivering cold.
That
was the weirdest thing. Did I ever tell you the time I had a conversation with a leprechaun?
Here we go.
So I'd had a few shandies. About 3 a.m, I go to my bed, and you know those when you're drunk, you kind of get that fitful sleeps.
Yeah.
So you kind of toss and turn, and you wake up. And I woke up, and I'd left my bedside light on, and stood next to my bed was a tiny leprechaun.
Right.
And he was doing a little jig and waving at me, and I'm like, what is going on here? So I kind of sat up a bit in bed and blinked and looked at him, and he was still there, and he diddly 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 diddly, and I'm like, hello, how are you? And he's like diddly 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 diddly, and I'm like, for Christ's sake. And I slap myself on the forehead, and I'm like rubbing my eyes, and I look at, he's still there. And then I'm like, I'm going completely off my head, and I kind of closed my eyes one last time and opened them, and it was a bottle of beer, a half-drunk bottle of beer. What is that? What the hell is that?
Severe brain damage.
But that didn't put me off. I've kept drinking since.
I had a
that would be an epiphany, wouldn't it?
What?
Most people would have an epiphany.
No. What would you get from that?
You've seen a leprechaun. This is an epiphany. I'm stopping drinking.
I've had a moment.
I've had a moment. No. He's a
that's
well
the
turned
only
out wee leprechaun.
Was he very tidy?
But I could even describe him. I could draw him. He had little
Hallucinations
shiny
are real.
ruby. He had little ruby buttons.
I had a hallucination.
Okay.
I went in. Where was it? Was it London? I can't remember. A flotation tank.
Oh God, no.
I went. Everyone wanted to go. I was with. Let's go. And I went. It sounds like bullshit to me. Let's go. So, you got to do what the mass says. So I went. So we're all waiting to go in and all this sort of thing. I'm hoping no one spots my athlete's foot while I'm going into this flotation tank.
You need to scrub it after you've been in
terrible.
there. Jesus.
So you get in, and you lie there, and it goes black. And I went, this can't work. It's warm and it feels weird, but this can't. Within seconds, I start hearing something, and I turned to my right because I thought someone said something. Within seconds, so I closed my eyes. And I could hear something above me. When I opened my eyes, there's a guy there. And he drops a flower pot right towards me. And I explode in all directions like panicking. And then you can just open it. And I went, nah, fuck this shit. 6 minutes.
6 minutes?
6 minutes. My friends were in for half an hour. 6 minutes. And I had full-blown
I suspect
hallucinations.
The boiler hadn't been inspected by the gas engineer. Everybody was just getting slowly gassed.
It's like it's like when I take a pill, like a headache pill.
Right, okay.
People say it gets the headache away 50%. I take it, I feel no pain in my body. Everything's more extreme with me.
You're delicate.
It's
like you're made out of diamonds and like diamond.
No.
Finely cut diamond.
No.
If I was to cut you open with a knife, I bet you there's just a perfect little diamond in the centre of you.
That's
a little spirit. A wonderful wee spirit.
To change the subject, it reminded me. I don't know why. But growing up again, being a
You've
little bit
never
poor.
really grown up.
Have I'm a man now.
You're a man. You're a manly man. A musky manly man.
We weren't rich.
No.
I never knew a mug with the handle on the right way around. It was always upside down. So when I get a mug now, like
right.
These ones that we're looking at, that's hard for me to hold. I need it upside down, as a seconds.
Okay.
Because when they had a mistake with them, they would put the handles on upside down and sell them really cheap.
My mother just used to pour liquids onto the table and you had to lap at them like dogs. One of us got a straw.
Straw.
It changed our lives. A good straw.
A good straw.
Oh,
could you imagine it?
We've spoken about Play-Doh. We were so poor. We'd play with Play-Doh. Yeah. So you'd make your wee morph.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to eat him afterwards. It was your toy and food.
That's right.
Salty Play-Doh. Remember
I was about to say we couldn't afford Play-Doh. You made it. No, that's right. You made it, and then you just put it.
You wouldn't get any plastic.
You make a shape. You put it in the oven. It would come out that goldeny brown sort of colour, and then that was your tea.
But you had Lego. But I played with Lego when it came as just Lego.
Right.
You got a bag of stuff.
That's right. That's what I prefer. Absolutely.
I prefer it. It's taking the imagination of children now.
Yeah, I just like Lego.
They're very kind of. They've lost the practicality. The millennials.
I totally
imagination.
Agree.
They like to have stuff fed to them.
You've got a real thing with millennials because you're ancient now.
It's because I'm so old now.
I am so young.
There's millennial MPs now. They'll have us put to death.
The Prime Minister of Finland, she is like 34 and hot.
She's an attractive lady.
She's an attractive young lady.
Girl.
Yeah, and smart as shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And I bet she's a dancer as well. Triple threat.
I have often thought women running stuff would be better.
Have you ever met a woman?
Once or twice.
You see, this is where it falls down. See, I've heard women say, if women ran things, there'd be no wars.
Okay.
Well, I live above a pub. And I see women fight to the death.
That's just little skirmishes, though.
See men, they'll punch, and then they'll go, right, and all their mates will go, shake his fucking hand, and they'll shake their hand, they're done. Women are pulling their hair out, they're picking up bottles, the stilettos come out, they're actually trying to kill each other.
The thing,
it's shocking.
People, you could say women are more capable and smarter than men. It falls down with this simple fact.
Let's see.
Both you and I have got girlfriends.
They fail. The proof's in the pudding.
There
exactly.
You go. They think
more fool them.
They think we're something special. couple idiots. We should both die alone.
Oh my God.
We should be shunned from society.
Listen, we know that we've pulled and we have no idea how.
No. We should be living outside the city walls. Ken in The Name of the Rose, when they're throwing all the rotten vegetables off the side of the castle.
Absolutely.
We should be living on that stuff.
Yeah.
The scrapings of society.
We get the scrapings of that.
The scrapings.
Whoever that lands on, the stuff that bounces off them, that's what we get.
The stuff that bounces off. No, the stuff that passes through their system.
Yes.
We dig it up and eat it.
Oh, I totally agree. You see, because this thing that women would be better, it's like, okay, a woman can do anything a man can do.
Okay.
And I'm going to say something controversial. No, she can't.
No.
Because I'm a man. And I can't do anything a man can do.
No.
Because if that's the case, I'm just going to do some brain surgery on you. I'm going to do... Nobody's equal.
No, we're all...
Because I realise where I am. Shit.
We're all useless bobbleheads. Everyone.
See, when I go in and see my doctor, she's amazing.
Is she?
She just looks at you. And she knows.
But she's no idea what's going on either.
She's amazing.
Nobody knows anything.
She's incredible. Am I going to say I'm smarter than her? No.
I worry. I don't know how things work.
And this is it. This is why we're all aiming for equality.
We're all bobbleheads.
And I say no.
No
equality.
No.
Because I'm shit.
Aye.
I don't want to be held up to the same importance as my pilot. I'm sitting in the back of the plane picking my nose.
But the pilots are all drunk.
Hopefully. Planes are scary.
If you thought about it, Christ, I'm flying a plane.
Yeah.
Somebody... Jesus. Did I ever have that moment? Jesus Christ. I'm getting out of here.
I was flying into... Listen to this. I was flying from Kathmandu to Lukla Airport, the world's most dangerous airport.
Oh God, no.
And when we landed, it was a beautiful flight and it was easy, but it's scary.
Right.
You can fly uphill.
Oh yeah.
Straight into a cliff.
I'm scared of flying, man. Oh dear.
When we stopped, the two pilots high-fived each other.
Well done. Job well done. It's like Indiana Jones, you know, when the pilots bail out.
Yeah. It was like that. Actually, that pilot, he was the only survivor. When we got flown back, the plane flew back and crashed and killed everyone apart from that pilot.
Oh, for God, don't tell me stuff like that.
That's
gee whiz.
That's my story when we were there.
I get scared going up a ladder. I had to change a light bulb the other day. Oh my! I had to build myself up to it. The ladder was... It's a terrible ladder.
Yeah.
Because I'm too greedy to buy a new ladder. This thing's got string and sellotape holding it together.
Listen, that's a Dundee thing. Every single house has an old wooden ladder, which is covered in paint. You've never dropped paint on it.
I've never put paint on it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everyone's got
what
that.
They used to do in Dundee, because before electric lighting, you used to have gas mantles. It was gas light.
Okay.
So you'd have a little nozzle on the wall with a little flickering light. And Dundonians used to put milk and bubble the gas through the milk, then drink the milk.
What?
And get kind of high off it.
Oh, that's it. You know what? That's a typical Dundee thing. Yeah.
Doesn't it make sense? Oh, God.
That's so weird.
There was a guy I used to work with called Stoots. I'm going to say his name. But I had a summer job.
No one would know who they were if you say Stoots.
Stoots. But I had a job in a butcher's,
right?
A school job was in the butcher's, and he'd do the usual stuff. And he was like a good bit older than me, and he was a bit of a lad, and he kept giving me tips about sexual positions and stuff. And I was like 13, and I'm like, what is this guy going on about? He tried to kill himself by putting his head in a gas oven. But the gas is different now. And you can't gas yourself.
You just get really sick.
So you just get a wee bit sick and spewed. Yeah, Stoots. I wonder what happened to him.
My local butcher got sacked for putting his fingers in the bacon slicer.
Oh,
she got sacked as well.
Oh, that's a good one. I used to make the mince, because the mince can you display of the lovely meats?
Yes.
And I would have the mince so it looked like a big pair of tits with nipples.
Oh my God.
That was a highlight of my Saturday. There was one guy, he was your store manager, and he looked like Greg Proops.
Right, okay.
Really tall guy. And he was he was one of these click his fingers, boss you around kind of guys. And he goes to me, he'd give you your list, you to prepare his lunch from the butcher little place. We had all the kinds of meats and all this kind of stuff. And he said, I want a £1/2 of cottage cheese with pineapple. That's all you need to know about it.
Oh,
Can
God
you imagine?
almighty.
So I'm like, okay, Jimmy lad, we'll get that sorted for you.
Jesus.
So there was an electrocutor for the flies, you know, the
Right,
zapper
okay,
things.
Yeah.
So I got the polystyrene tub and I half filled it with blue bottles, and then I put the cottage cheese with pineapple on top of it.
Oh my God.
Then I made his sandwich as well. And then I took it through to him and I go, "Sir, there you are." So he's sitting reading this on newspaper. He's got the fork and he's tucking into his cottage cheese. But I'm watching him through a two-way mirror. And I see him, the fork going in.
Oh, no.
Big mouthful of blue bottles. He looks down at it. He's fucking raging. Comes charging through. Picks me up by the collar. Straight off my feet. And he's throttling me like Homer Simpson. And I'm like, feet going limp. Suddenly I hear this shout. It's the area manager comes in. For this stuff.
Amazing.
I start sobbing. I'm fine. I'm like, oh no, not again. Don't do it to me. Oh, I love a jape. I've told you this. I never forget a slight.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? You forgive? You forgive?
No.
I never do.
No. There's things that I choose. Choose your battles is the way I look at it. And I can let things go. Mm-hmm. But other things, I go, I'll wait.
You're patient.
Years and years, I don't care. I'll wait for that moment.
Patient.
Yes, absolutely.
There was my brother went to school with a guy, and the problem I had with him was he called a chamois leather a chamois. And in my home, that's enough to ruin your life. They'll never forget. So they called him Papa Chamois. And this haunted him through his entire time at school. But my brother's best mate, he went to the bank, they'd left school and he was at uni, and I think he'd actually left uni, and he was trying to set up a business and he wanted to get a loan from the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to the bank, arranges a meeting at the bank and goes to the bank, and who's the fucking bank manager?
Oh my.
Papa Chamois. So he sits down and they have a nice meeting. It's like, oh God, I've not seen you since school. Wonderful. Oh, your business idea sounds really good. And they shake hands, and my brother's mate glances down at the form. Rejected. So that guy waited. Papa Chamois had his glorious revenge.
Yes.
He'd went home and given the wife a good see into that night.
Oh yeah, angry.
You can call me Papa Chamois.
Oh,
Papa's home. Brilliant.
No, I can keep revenge going.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about terrible films.
Uh-huh.
What's the worst film you've seen? Come on. The worst.
But
The one that makes you angry. It was so incompetent. And not bad films that you enjoy watching.
oh no, I
Just
like
a good film that should have been good.
Dead Poets Society.
Do you hate that?
Oh, I hate that film. Captain, my captain. Sanctimonious hogwash.
I agree.
Can't stand it. That's the only
Good
film
choice.
I have left. I went. This was when I was. God, how old's that film? I went there
89?
on a date when I was a kid,
Oh.
and I'm like, to fuck with this, I'm leaving this, and
Yeah.
left out.
Did you leave the young lady as well?
No, we went and did other stuff
Yeah.
in a car park.
Oh, classic.
Isn't I'm a classy guy?
Oh my God.
I had the chinos on at the time, and you remember the slip-on shoes?
Oh my word.
Uh-huh.
Did they have little metal bits on the front?
No, don't be ridiculous. But I had one of those. I had one of those. The Pringle sweater on.
Oh no.
Oh, the
God,
Pringle sweater
I'm imagining it now.
with the roll neck, kind of the V-neck sweater.
Yeah.
With the roll neck sweater.
Oh
on.
my
Remember
God.
that
You
look?
look like a golfer.
It was soccer casual look.
Yes.
Everybody wore at the time. But who goes fighting in slip-on shoes?
It's not. Yeah, that used to be the way, wasn't it? It was quite a heavy cardigan as well.
Take a long time to stamp on somebody's head with slip-on shoes.
And the shoes had a wee necklace on them. A little
Did they?
metal chain at the front.
No, but
That goes
Dead Poets
to the-
Society is terrible. I don't like Robin Williams.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
I don't think he's funny.
Don't think he's funny, yeah.
If you see him, he goes on and he goes on. He's not saying anything funny.
He
to
just
me.
keeps going until
Mork and
someone
Mindy,
laughs.
it's coke.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mork and Mindy terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Dead Poets Society terrible.
Hook. That is awful. The whole thing. Can you
Good.
believe Spielberg made that?
That was a film Spielberg said he was born to make that film.
Insane.
Captain Hook's not in it, is he? Yeah, it's
Dustin Hoffman.
No, what's not in it is a bloody crocodile. Best thing in the whole
it's
thing.
dead. It's dead.
Well, thanks very much,
It's
Spielberg.
I don't understand that film at all, because this is the man that made Jaws. Close Encounters, one of my favourite films.
Even his later stuff, Minority Report.
That was okay.
I enjoyed it.
It was okay.
I enjoyed it.
It was okay.
It was a bit
You know what I didn't
thought-provoking.
like?
What?
Schindler's List.
No.
I thought it wasn't good.
No.
And I know the subject matter. The bit at the end where you actually see survivors, that's very moving.
Yeah.
But the actual film, I went, meh.
No,
It didn't work.
It was like willfully that black and white.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a film. You
It
thought to
didn't-
yourself, this will win an Oscar.
This is going to be... And
This
I
is gonna
thought,
be a-
actually,
yeah.
this is not well crafted.
Jaws.
I didn't like it.
Jaws is
though.
incredible.
Oh.
We the first time we saw that film, we were little kids, and I was sitting with my mum. So my brother's either side, my mum's in the middle, and my dad had made us hot chocolate.
Oh, amazing.
And the bit where the fucking shark jumps onto the boat,
Yeah.
we kicked up, and the hot chocolate went against the back wall. But the whole house was kitted out in blown vinyl.
Oh, that's safe.
So the hot chocolate just dribbled,
Dribbled.
runnels. Yeah. Oh, it's a great film. No, he's a
Fantastic.
great filmmaker. I think he's too old now, is he?
He's just, I don't know.
He
I don't think he's got it
he
anymore.
produced a sci-fi
Mhm.
series called Falling Skies.
Yes.
And
Rubbish.
And do you know what the villains were called?
What?
The Skitters. And there's a line in it where the guy goes, "My wife was taken by the Skitters in the
Oh.
middle of the road."
For anyone listening,
The Skitters.
Skitters locally here is diarrhea.
Diarrhea is the Skitters. Yeah,
You've got the skits.
Skitters. You've got the skits. I know, yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, I can understand Schindler's List.
I just didn't enjoy it. I
You
was
see
really wanting to because I
Yeah.
was a real Spielberg fan, and this was a
That's
big,
a
powerful.
That's a Sunday afternoon film.
Yeah, something to end a bank holiday.
I like watching Jeremy Brett Sherlock Holmes on a
Love
Sunday
Sherlock
afternoon.
Holmes.
What about Inspector Morse?
Hate it.
I love it.
Can't stand
I
it.
love it. I love
Rubbish.
I love it. I love it.
Didn't
I just
like it.
No?
I like Basil Rathbone.
Okay,
Rathbone.
Rathbone.
I love all the old black and white.
Mm.
I love that stuff. Charlie Chan.
Oh,
You don't really get that
You wouldn't
now.
get that now. No.
But I did love all that.
The thing is, black and white films, I just don't think young people can even watch them.
Yeah, it's probably it's difficult. It's kind of like watching a film if you've seen someone
yeah.
film it on a camera in the cinema. You can't watch it.
But
It's just- can't do it.
if you watch a clip from a TV program from 2000,
Yeah.
it looks like you're watching it through a glass of mud.
Yes.
It's so murky looking.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is it how bad does it have to be that turns people off from watching it? I don't know. If it's,
Yeah, there's a
they
sort
might.
of cut-off
Oh no,
point.
this is just black.
You know what I love about those old films?
Okay.
Well, they were recorded with a single mic hanging above the stage.
Yeah.
And it was always on sets, so it was a wooden floor,
Yeah.
and you can hear their footsteps beautifully. Clump, 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 and it was
Clump,
leather shoes.
Clumping about.
So you could hear them walking.
Oh.
I find that the most attractive sound ever.
Okay.
Clump, 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 clump. Especially when Charlie Chan's nephew, he would start fighting and his hair would get all unruly, but they would go clump, 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 and it was just a lovely sound.
Oh,
Beautiful sound.
Did you ever watch the Fu Manchu films?
No.
Fu Manchu. That was another one. It's just a guy dressed as a Chinese guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get them now.
The eyes and stuff.
Oh,
it's just really, yeah,
it's
but
really bad.
yeah, you don't realise how appalling everything
what
was.
was the worst one ever was Breakfast at Tiffany's
Okay.
with Mickey Rooney as a Japanese guy.
Oh, I can just imagine.
No, you can't. If you've not seen it,
No.
go home, go on YouTube, and look for the most racist moment ever known to man. Well, I'm sure there's worse ones, but
No, the most
This
the
is-
most racist
it's
film
terrible.
ever made
Uh-huh.
is Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, the second one.
yes, it is.
You're like, what in the name of Christ? Because the thing about films is, it's not a director's singular vision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's a committee.
of course.
There's hundreds of people
Yeah.
involved, and not one person's put their hand up in the meeting and said, "Hey guys,
We maybe
hold on a minute.
See
hold
this-
on a minute."
This bit here, should we maybe rethink it?
It's like
Cause
one of the museums I was working in. They have like a family space. And it's themed to whatever show happens to be on. So they thought it would be fun to put some old annuals, some Beano annuals, a big stack of them, so the
Okay.
kids could like draw on them and do all kinds of stuff. I'm immediately thinking to myself, hold on, that's Beano albums from the 70s and 80s. This could get problematic. I went
Yeah.
through them. let's just say some of the people involved. Jimmy Savile was there.
Oh,
Gary
no.
Glitter was
my
there.
word.
It's a rogues gallery.
Oh,
It's a rogues.
of
It's
offences.
that yew tree was full of fruit. And I said to the management, "You can't have this," and it never occurred to them.
Never, yeah.
It's funny. I'm always on the lookout for something. The way my mind thinks, I see. Oh God, the problems involved in this.
We'll just avoid it.
We'll
yeah.
avoid it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do see that. Oh God, now I'm thinking about annuals.
What's your worst film? Is there a film worse?
My worst, I think,
You
probably Starsky and Hutch is up there. 6 Underground is a new classic. No,
Uh-huh.
I didn't even enjoy it. It was so bad. It was just so incompetent.
Yeah.
It was just so rubbish. But I would say they're my worst. My favourites, though.
Mm-hmm.
This is the good one.
Uh-huh.
My Science Project.
Okay.
A classic.
Okay. Is that like Weird Science with Kelly LeBrook?
It's kind of like that. It's these kids find this a space warping machine and they give it to their teacher, Dennis Hopper, and then they turn their school into different dimensions. It's wonderful.
Sounds good.
It's wonderful.
That does sound good. Do you like Flight of the Navigator?
No.
The wee kid that's a crack addict now.
Oh, isn't it
I
always the
noticed
case?
somebody said the other day, Alf, Guinness Elf on a Shelf.
Yes.
They're trying to push Alf on a Shelf. Remember the show Alf?
Alf was amazing.
Alf was great. But Willie, the adoptive human parent,
Yeah.
he ended up he became a crack addict. And to feed his habit, him and his homeless friends, this is true, were making really, really violent gay pornography in like a meth den.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So if you watch Alf, what a strange show.
Alf was okay though.
Oh no, the guy that played Alf is absolutely fine.
Oh, wonderful.
I was having a
Played
discussion. Played him, yeah.
What?
Oh, was it a puppet?
Eh?
I thought it was a guy in a suit.
It's an alien.
It's a real alien.
It's an alien.
Is that what aliens look like?
Alf.
That is what's taking people from Bonnybridge. Alf.
Oh, I would go tomorrow. Alf was adorable.
He wouldn't probe you, Alf.
He ate cats though.
Big mouth, long jaw.
He was adorable.
Here's one I was discussing with a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I'll stick to that story. They've got friends as well. Ewoks.
Yes.
If you're an arboreal species,
Mm-hmm.
you would look like a gibbon.
They would have trouble climbing
They would have
those trees.
long. They would be like an orangutan, upper body strength,
Palms like a foot long.
but weak lower legs.
Yep, swinging.
They wouldn't be a little bear with stubby legs.
Wait, hold on.
They can't
I'm
function.
going to stop you there.
Evolution would have eradicated them.
Stop.
Okay.
Are you finding fault
Yes.
in Return of the Jedi,
Yes.
Caravan of Courage,
Yes.
and an Ewok Adventure?
Ewok Adventure. I'm saying those little buggers could not have produced a city
Yes.
in the trees.
This is
They
correct.
couldn't scamper. If you actually saw them, they weren't very good on the ground either.
They couldn't do anything. Now, I'm not having anything against Warwick Davis.
No, I love Warwick Davis.
He's great,
Yeah.
but he's not climbing trees.
He's
is he?
not climbing trees. I'm not saying I can climb a tree. I'm terrible at climbing trees, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Millions of years of evolution on Endor,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been a gibbon. They would have probably had a prehensile tail.
You're one of these hideous people
Yeah.
that go at minute 43.2 seconds. You said Captain Picard. You said that the dilithium crystals
Yeah.
would be. Yeah. That's
Even
you.
no, but even
that
as
winds you up, doesn't it?
even as a child, I thought, hold on a minute. I don't think these guys are going to do well in the trees.
I'll add to this. Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
AT-ATs.
Okay.
AT-ATs. Walkers. Just land closer. Just
Nuke it
just
from
bomb it.
space.
Just bomb it.
Nuke it from space.
There's not a problem.
Jesus Christ.
See,
Everything falls apart if you look. It's my theory.
Star
If you-
Wars is a
no,
great film, but
if you
as an
look-
adult, it's
if you-
rubbish.
no, if you look at anything, if you
Mhm.
look at a car, a face, long enough, everything becomes absurd.
This is your psychosis.
Everything becomes absurd. Try it.
On that note,
All the best. Ta-da.
Derek Van Das.
Go on var.
Laters.
Jaffa cake time.
Ooh.